Hello, everyone. Welcome to another scene for Sept of the Howling Winds, a Werewolf the Apocalypse venue set in San Diego, California. In this scene, we have a social. Garou socializing, doing social things on the Sept. Take it away. Whoever. I don't care.
Best intro ever.
No.
Um. Okay. Well, I guess it's me then. Arthur is in the kinfolk area. Um. And he's taken off his shoes and his socks, and he's quite vigorously scrubbing um his shoes with a what looks to be like a portable shoe shining kit. Muttering to himself about the mud. But yeah, he's been wandering around. So that is what he's doing. He decided not to sit on Nikki's doorstep like a weird stalker. He's
That,
just sort of
yes, that's much appreciated. Please don't do
he's
that.
just like sort of in the area. Uh,
Cora's hobbling along. She was kind of exploring the sept. And she'll notice this person who is vigorously scrubbing their shoes. And she'll kind of tilt her head, watching him.
Strands of his brown hair fall into his face as he's oh blast! I really, really should have got changed before I came here. I hope this will come out. He holds it up into the shoe up into the light. Um, Sort of after a minute, you know when you get that feeling that someone's looking at you. He does look up.
She smiles and hobbles closer. She's not super small. She's about 5'8", and she's limping with a cane. She moves closer, and she'll do a slight bow of respect, and she'll say, I don't believe we've met. I'm uh, Cora Petrova. I'm stargazer, born of two Garou under the crescent moon. My dean name is Child of the Lilies, and I am of Cliath rank.
He blinks at her briefly as she's walking over. He seems to take notice of the limp. And then he stands up and he's still holding his shoe and the little brush. And when he stands up, he's about 6'7" ish. And he says, Dr. Arthur Branwyn, child of Gaia for the dogs. And he just brushes his hand off on his shirt briefly, and then holds his hand out to her.
She'll take it and she'll say, a doctor?
Yes.
Uh, what sort of medical field did you study?
Well, I was a surgeon. Now I practice hematology.
She nods. I don't have any proper training myself, but I know a little bit about Garou physiology and the effects of plants. It's nothing special.
Well, quite the contrary. In fact, all medicine is founded on basic herbology, and therefore knowing plants is a notable thing.
Thank you. She smiles warmly to him and then finishes shaking his hand because she realizes she was clinging on to him.
He, yeah, he kind of smiles gratefully when she lets go of his hand. I was just well, I was just polishing my shoes. I really should have changed before I came here. I've only just arrived in the city, so
You don't have any spare clothes?
I do at my apartment, but he pauses. I was hoping to come across some of my pack mates and he doesn't say pack mates. Yeah, my tribe mates, and I wanted to make a good first impression.
So speaking of good first impressions, they hear greeting their ears an Aussie scream out, "Oh fuck me, Dad!" So loud.
Cora does a swivel. She almost stumbles over because she turns so fast. And she looks in the direction.
There'll be another yell, probably from another direction, going, "I don't know you that way!"
So you'll hear a yell back. Get time!
And Aiden comes along, just
crossing. You just see Bait and Switch standing there, crossing his arms, looking at his phone.
Oh, hi.
Who the fuck are you?
I'm Aiden, and he'll think, huh? Nearly said O'Reilly. I'm Aiden Petrova.
You're Petrova?
I am now.
Oh fuck. I kind of snort softly.
I know,
Cora
right?
And I'm sorry.
Cora will hobble forward, seeing that Aiden is greeting this person.
he'll look at Cora and actually smile softly.
She'll do a slight head tilt and she'll say, "I'm Cora Petrova, stargazer, born of two Garou, under the crescent moon. My D name is Child of the Lilies of Clayathrink."
Aren't you Dazzle's kid?
I am. You know my mother?
I mean, not biblically, but yeah.
She smiles warmly.
I taught her to. No, I didn't teach her. I taught this fucking asshole to teach. No, not well. No, whatever. I taught this guy to fucking knit the other day, and she was with me, teaching him to knit. I'm gonna shove my foot so far up my fucking mouth, I'm gonna taste the sweat off the back of my knee 5 times today. Anyway.
Arthur does sort of slowly follow behind Cora, just to see what's going on. What all the screaming's about.
He bites his phone in frustration, because somebody messaged him and he messages back.
You shouldn't eat that.
My cousin is yelling at me because he said I need to not tell the truth catcher to go get bent.
I mean, that might be a good idea. To not do it.
Why do you want? I'm sorry, Aiden.
Oh, sorry. No, it's all good. But he'll say, "But I don't know the situation." But yeah, I mean that's usually a bad idea. Unless
Why would you
think he particularly cared?
Why would you want to tell the truth catcher to get bent? She narrows her eyes.
Word, and I thought that it was him that was telling me that I shouldn't tell people to fuck off when they want my full introduction. It wasn't. It was somebody nearby, and I missed, and I thought it was him, and it's only going bent, and things went sideways. And what?
Get bent.
My cousin's kind of a little bit mad at me
So,
I mean, as an insult, get bent. It's a new
I know.
one to me.
So many insults get bent, get screwed, go fuck off. Anyway,
What's wrong with getting screwed? She looks at him, like tilting her head.
so he'll wrap his arm around her waist and he'll pull her close, and he'll say, "Let's find out."
Her eyes widen.
The look on your face right now says that you are either very receptive to this, or I'm about to get slapped, and or I'm about to get slapped because you're very receptive of this. I'm fine with any of those.
So
She
he feels
pushes him back.
he feels a smack on the back of his head.
That felt like Dazzles. I'll look over his shoulder.
So
It was
it
Dazzles, right?
dazzled you.
We'll step back. I may have come onto your daughter. I'm sorry.
She nods. Mm-hmm.
It's what I was brought to the Sept to do in the first place. Sorry.
Not with her. No.
Dazzles is actually a Garou that Arthur has heard of.
Yes. Yes, she is.
So when she appears, he kind of he doesn't exactly bow. Again, this isn't the 18th century, but he does sort of lower his head, sort of respectively. It's probably the most wolfish thing you've seen him do thus far.
That's great. She'll notice the new person, and she'll make an introduction. Say, I'm Alyssa Petrova, Dazzles the Young, a Galliard of the Children of Gaia, Hamid-born Ather of the Nation.
Arthur Branwyn. He takes he pauses for a second, like nervously. Philodox of the Children of Gaia.
She smiles. Yes, I remember hearing that you were coming.
Yes, my mother's sent word.
She nods.
And here I was hoping your name was Basil Forte. And your name was Mo.
Basil!
Oh.
This is me out of character, dying over that comment. Wow! Dazzle shakes her head and looks at her precious grandson.
And he smiles.
Why are you like this? Why?
I don't know. I blame it on my father.
That's fair. Blame a lot of shit on your father. He nods.
And he'll smile at Arthur. Hi, Aiden O'Reilly. Known as Goes the Hot Dance.
It's not Aiden O'Reilly. You're not Irish.
No. Well, I think my family went. Well, I should say Aiden Petrova. Sorry, still getting used to it. But yeah, Aiden Petrova. Goes the Hot to Dance. I'm born on two legs under a gibbous moon, and I'm a child of unicorn. Oh, yes.
Can someone here explain fucking something to me before I go cray-cray?
Sure.
Aren't you already?
You keep talking to me like that, I'm gonna take you on a date. Anyway. So. I have noticed that when people say the name Petrova, their eyes go a little bit wider and they kind of look like they're going to fear pee. Why?
Well, because the the patriarch of the Petrova family is a legendary Galliard. And people kind of know not to fuck with us.
It's a
Quite so.
mafia shit.
Yeah, she nods.
I'm a good package man if you ever need me. Hold on.
She'll smile. I'll keep that in mind.
Man, I do what I gotta do to survive, okay? That includes not hitting on your, oh god, delectable daughter. Then all the better.
Arthur like suppresses vomiting in his mouth at that comment. The look on his face says 1,000 words. There, it's just like, ugh.
Cora just does a head tilt. That's all she does.
He smiles. I'm sorry. Am I too obnoxious for you?
Dazzles
I'm-
furrows her brow.
Who's he speaking to?
That's a good question. He just said it out loud.
Well, you're Australian. That's by the by.
Oh, ow.
Cora's jaw drops.
Oh, ow.
Dazzles grins, like looks at Arthur. I like you.
Ow. You wound me.
I'm sure it's not his fault. He's Australian.
No, we shouldn't take it out on him.
No, we shouldn't.
It's my father's fault. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so we'll blame your father.
I can't. He's dead.
You can still blame him.
I don't like speaking ill of the dead.
She shrugs.
Almost said something terrible out of game. I'm sorry.
She shrugs like if they deserve it, they deserve it. Doesn't matter if they're dead or not.
My mother just told me I should never speak ill of my lovers.
But well, you know, even then, if they deserve it, why?
I'm with Dazzles.
It's just like, you know, none of this bothers her at all.
Well, I suppose now that I'm here and my fellow tribes people have sought me out, I should offer to make myself useful somehow.
Cora does a head tilt at that statement.
You are a Philodox.
Yes.
Well, let's see.
Perhaps at some point someone could fill me in, as it were, on current events. I hear there's been a shift in leadership. Fuck you, Vo. And that emits deathly silence, so I imagine it's a difficult topic.
Yeah, a little bit. Especially for Dazzles. She nods. The Sept has been recently, well, leadership around here has been a little. How do I put this? Like a revolving door. I'm hoping that that's over now. She nods. The current alpha is a Shadow Lord. Her name is Isadora Gomez.
He says with, I don't know, slightly unmasked disappointment.
Why does that? She'll notice that and she'll say, "Why does that?" Upset's not the right word. Why do you have problems with Shadow Lords?
No. In fact, I find it most beneficial to have no particular prejudice whatsoever in terms of one's birthright.
She'll nod. I was born a Shadow Lord. I chose not to join the tribe of my birth.
What troubles me is chaos and unsettlement, and I see that
She
it's
nods.
it's left its scars in the sept, but perhaps I can be of some assistance of balming the wound.
She'll nod. Yeah.
There is chaos everywhere.
So,
But if we work together, we can mend it.
Howl for Maddox from Sullivan actually. I'm playing with you, get your ass over here, Howl. And he actually kind of gasps and like runs in that direction, cutting into somebody and falling over. That person blinks at them, and he's kind of like, sorry, excuse me, and runs.
Cora's eyes light up.
So does
Ah!
like, oh,
She,
Hi, hello, hi. He'll give Alyssa a kiss on the forehead and floof Aiden's hair and look at look at the newcomer and perform none of those actions because he is not familiar enough with him yet, but smile at him politely.
speaking of the patriarch of the Petrova family, here he is, my husband.
Who are you talking about again? He'll say softly.
He, after sort of does a kind of one of those little bows again.
He inclines his head politely. And he'll say, I am Tolia Petrova, known as Soul of Mountains to the people. I am considered a legend among the tribes. And I was born under the gibbous moon. To the silver fangs, softly.
This humble Philodox is pleased to make your acquaintance.
The pleasure is mine.
He smiles. He looks over his shoulder. What time of day is it, Storytellers?
It's mid-afternoon.
Mm.
Stand near a book quietly.
He does what? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Robot
Yeah.
is.
You started to cut out.
Johnny?
I'm back. What'd you say?
What did
Oh.
Tolia do? You went robotic, yo.
Yep, I knew
Oh.
I knew that was gonna happen. Usually, when she starts to cut out and go robot, she crashes.
Yeah.
So, but
Dropped.
it's okay. Okay, we can hear you now.
What did you say?
Yeah.
Yes. What I said was he pulls out a Japanese book and stands near Aiden and opens it and starts reading it quietly.
Aiden, guys. So yeah, as I was saying, I'm with Dazzles when it comes to like blaming dead dudes. If it's his fault, if it's his fault. Like, ever notice how in a funeral, like even if the guy was a dick, everybody will pretend like they were a nice guy. Like, no, guy was a dick. Let's just fucking say it.
Depending how much of a dick he was in death. I don't think Kofi Annan had a was it a Gaddafi, leader of Libya.
I don't understand why dick is a derogatory term. That's always confused me.
Do you want an actual explanation or a joke?
Either or, she smiles.
I'll let Aiden throw a joke at you. I'm sure he has one.
I think it's got very hard to get along with.
She chuckles. I suppose that makes sense.
That, she looks at Aiden like, I can't argue with that. I can't.
Well, scientifically speaking, if you want an actual answer of some studial merit, the part of your brain which forms words is very much stuck on the very basic terminology. Things like that describe fornication and fecal matter are more hard-grained in the memory than other forms of language, perhaps. It's been shown that by brain scans and such, and by people that have suffered head trauma, that these words are most connected to our emotions, and therefore harder to hardwire out of the brain.
Cora's eyes light up, and she pulls out her notebook and writes down what he says.
Alas, Papa only has the etymology of the word. The most popular origin word comes from what is theorized, because no one has an exact answer, of the use of police. They used to call their batons and their wands that they would be people with dicks. So it was
Now
something
that gives
was...
a whole new.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But it has been used throughout. It has been used throughout history and language for a very long time as a slur word, up to the 16th century. And I'll just smile softly. But the doctor's right. Strong emotional tied language is something that is rooted in our brain. That's why it's said that people who are more intelligent tend to curse more. And he flips the page of his book.
Yes.
So Dazzles will look at Arthur. You said that you're a doctor, right?
That is my vocation, yes.
What type?
I'm trained in surgery or medicine. I have four doctors. I'm working on my fifth.
Wow.
Where's your alma mater? That's all it says. What school did you go to? College.
Oh, Harvard.
Ah. You didn't go to school in England.
No.
I see. Not like a judgment, he just notes that.
Unfortunately, I have a rather large family to attend to. I'm sure you understand. Though.
do. I went to school at Oxford. But that was many. He looks up and rolls his eyes many years ago. By the way, I don't know if it's conveying because I know it's on his overlay, but he's about 7'4".
Yeah.
So he kind of takes up a little bit of space. Like he pulls
Arthur
in, so he's not huge.
Arthur has huge size as well, but he's only about 6'8".
Yeah. So Z's height.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cora's wringing her hands
Which
at the talk of school.
Tully will take his book and lightly bop around the top of the head. What is it?
I would like to go to college.
So go to college.
yeah, we can help you do that.
Hello.
She smiles.
I'll buy you a college.
I don't need that, Papa.
You have a legal identity now. You can take placement tests and we'll get you into school. It's fine.
I was mentioned I need to understand a little bit more about computers.
My
Why?
packmate's a glass walker. It's fine. You'll learn.
You need to know computers nowadays to go to college.
You do, yes.
Oh, snorts.
Unfortunately, yes. The age of
He'll roll
technology.
us in. Take those online classes. What I'm saying is don't leave for college, okay?
She nods.
Yes, online courses, which means that she needs to know more about computers.
What would you like to study, Cora?
She wants to be a lawyer.
No, she doesn't.
She narrows her eyes at him.
Shakes her head.
She's not drugs. You have a choice. I need a lawyer in the family.
Arthur doesn't pretend not to hear the mansplaining.
I want to learn pharmacology.
Ah, well, in which case perhaps I can be of assistance.
She smiles.
With your parents' permission, of course.
Oh, shrug. I don't see how it's going to help her get into law school, but okay.
Dazzle smacks him playfully.
A smile. Like in his hair, he smiles.
I have no issues with that whatsoever.
Don't wink your Cora.
She shakes her head and she'll just say, I don't think I would be a very good lawyer.
I think you can be whatever you want. You're my daughter, and the world is open to you, okay?
She narrows
So
her
if you
eyes.
want to be
I
a
would lose
lawyer,
every case.
or a doctor, or an astronaut, if you want to be a reindeer, you go ahead and be, okay?
You should be Batman or Batwoman, technically.
You should be Batman. I would be Batman. We'll shrug.
I actually saw a little bit of Batman since you've told me about it. I think I'm more like Poison Ivy. She smiles.
No, he looks up like, oh God. You talk to Dominic Harlow.
She nods.
Just sighs, but fuck.
Oh no. Hmm.
He poisoned me.
So your father drops his book and looks at her.
What?
Yeah, Dazzle's eyes widen. He what?
He gave me something, told me to open up my mouth, and he gave me adrenaline.
He picks his book back up and turns the page.
Well, you're still alive, so whatever. She waves her hand.
She nods.
Turns another page. There's a punctuation.
Uh-huh. She mind links with she's gonna mind link with Tolia. So what are we doing about this?
You're gonna poison him. What?
Okay. That's what I
What?
figured, but okay.
I'll
Wanted to make sure.
just smile at her. Just give her the most sweet, loving smile for his precious fucking daughter.
Yeah, so does Dazzle's like
Bat their eyelashes at her. We love you
She's
We
just
love you.
smiling.
so much. Tell us more about how you want to go to school to be a what was it again?
pharmacist, I think.
She nods.
Okay.
Well, I already know quite a bit about herbology and the study of creating medicines, or I could actually create poisons as well. She looks off to the side.
Naturally, you're smelling a lot, but I'll just shrug.
When she says poison, Aiden looks at her. You are a Petrova.
I know he hugs Aiden's head like I'm so proud of my baby.
Mhm.
She just smiles. Oh, actually, she looks over to Arthur. If you're a doctor, you might like to talk to Rafi at some point.
I've heard the name mentioned.
He's the SEP doctor.
One of them. No,
He's-
he is the sept doctor right now, isn't he? Mm-hmm. Nods.
Good.
You might be able to help him out.
Mhm.
Currently, I'm apprenticed under him, but
You should also seek out Sasha.
He's so fluffy.
he's a wolf bear. She just lights up.
Yeah, so does Dazzle's. Like, he's so fluffy. He's yeah.
I see. Did Arthur say his tribe?
He did.
Yes.
Did No, you.
He does not look like a child guy. I'm just gonna put that out there.
You know. But it kind of cool to have another child of Gaia around.
Huh? I didn't get
It's
that.
cool to have another child of Gaia around. One more.
Yes. I was in my previous set was pretty heavily children of Gaia. So for me, it's nice to have a change of scenery, as well as
She
keeping
nods.
close to my family roots.
I can agree with that. A change of scenery from my previous sept was nice as well. She says that with a straight face.
So what was your previous sept, if I may ask?
Very deep in the woodland of New England. My mother and my family have lived there for generations. It's quite a secluded commune, far away from civilization, as far away as you can be in America, that is.
She tilts her head and looks at the boot that or the shoe that he's still holding,
Yeah, he's
and
also
the
wearing
polish kit.
he's also wearing a very immaculate dark blue Armani suit, gold cufflinks. If you have any kind of sense of smell, you can tell that he's got expensive cologne on, as well as he has purebred 4, so that's a thing. But yeah, everything about him screams, I have a lot of money, and I like money things.
Oh, he'd get along well with a seer. Fuck.
I suppose you wanted to move away from your family pretty early, seeing your tastes. Just my opinion, though.
Well, I fear that I'm quite different to my family. Though why we cannot ascertain. Perhaps it's a product of being in the environment, or perhaps it is something more. But my drive to heal was strong.
So, yeah, Dazzles, she squeezes Tolia's hand and she says, why don't you go
He
find
looks-
Rafi and send him over here?
Oh, he kind of shakes his head. He looks a little pale, as though he'd been not breathing right or something, and he'll say, yes, of course.
Papa? She looks concerned.
Da?
Be safe, okay?
Of course, baby.
She's like hobbles forward and just hugs him.
I'll give her a deep, tight hug. She can feel he's trembling, by the way. He's shaking.
Yeah, she's worried, but she's like being strong.
He'll kiss her forehead. Hey, no matter what you decide to go to school for, I'll be proud of you, okay? Joking aside, you know that.
Thank you, Papa.
And smile at her.
That exchange does Arthur kind of like looks down, almost sort of like in that way that when something's emotional and you sort of look away.
As he breaks away, he'll kind of playfully punch Aiden on the arm. Expect you to go to law school now. He walks off.
You just want somebody to get your ass out of jail when you kill someone.
He turns and spreads his arms like, are you fucking serious? Yes. The family needs a good lawyer. Excuse me. Hello? He'll just walk.
I'll convince the cops to let you go by singing at them.
Yeah, you do that. Just shake his head walking off.
He'll be the first singing lawyer.
Oh god. I'm gonna put Rafi
Cora
up.
just
It'll be a
shakes her
minute.
head and she's like, I may just go to college to be a lawyer then.
No. You know,
Asshole.
you could go to college for both.
She nods.
Quite so. I Look, many subjects, as many as I could.
I mean, look at him. He's got what? 4, almost 5 doctorates now?
Well, Arthur blushes.
See?
Yes.
She smiles.
I don't think Aiden could keep still in a courtroom. She just smiles.
He also kind of like, is it obvious what is with like Cora's leg, or is it covered? Is my question.
Oh,
What is Cora wearing?
okay, it's a very simple floral dress.
I mean, like from a medical perspective, can I tell whether it's a curvature of the spine, or whether the leg itself, or the hips, or is it just impossible?
It's medically, you would probably say that you can tell the muscles in one of her legs just would not develop.
Mm.
Like it wouldn't develop really well. So like she has just permanently a weak leg.
He doesn't remark on it. He's never actually seen a Mattis before. But he chooses not to remark on that.
But I understand what it's like to be different.
Yes, you wouldn't place me in my previous sept in a million years. But I had a very pleasant introduction to the city, so he smiles. Or I should say, we had a very pleasant introduction to the city.
She nods. I don't think I really even had much of an introduction to the city. I suppose the one time we really went out was when we shopped for Elias. She looks at her mom. But other than that, I don't know much about this city.
Perhaps sometime I will tell you about the interesting. Well, I say interesting in the loosest form. Formation of my previous sept. To give my introduction context.
I would love to hear it. She's smiling, like something about her just kind of exudes like a sense of calm.
He smiles.
So, a couple of minutes later, a very, very, very fluffy wolf, very, very, very fluffy wolf, with rounder ears and lots of rolls, comes kind of trotting up, and he'll sniff his nose at Alyssa and Cora.
Alyssa will pet him.
He purrs and nuzzles them.
Cora buries her face into his coat.
She throws her arms around him and hugs him, like, my fluffy wolf is here.
Just so up and squish. And his tongue lolls out and he licks Cora's face and nuzzles Alyssa. Like, hi, here I am, hi. Your very scared husband. Sydney.
I sent him to go get you.
Ah,
This she points over at Arthur. He is a doctor, so I figured you two might have some stuff to talk about.
the fluffy wolf knows that Fluffy Wolf is not the best for doctor. So
Yeah. Dr.
he shifts
Fluffy Wolf
to
needs to go people.
Dr. Fluffy Wolf needs to go people. So he goes people. He's about 6'4", and he is there is no there's only so many polite ways to say this. He's very overweight for a Garou, especially. He's bordering the 300 range. And
Cora takes her face out of his chest because he's now a human.
and he'll look at Arthur with a very he just exudes happy and like nice, and he just looks at Arthur like, hi.
Arthur extends his hand to shake.
He shakes it warmly.
Dr. Arthur Brandman, a pleasure to meet you.
I'm Dr. Raphael Atro.
Good.
I just go by Rafi though. So what's your specialty?
He sort of I think myself a jack of all trades when it comes to medicine.
I'm a doctor. Oh, go on.
You asked me specifically, I would say heart surgery.
Cardiology, good. I'm a doctor of nursing, with specialty in midwifery. But I've studied general practice.
That's something I never really dabbled in that area.
Oh, the midwifery? Yeah.
I didn't have the stomach for it.
He'll nod. I can understand. I have stories I wouldn't want to tell over a spaghetti dinner.
No, quite so.
So we're three different types of doctors. She smiles.
And I used to be a nurse, a nurse practitioner.
Well, why'd you stop?
Became a full-time den parent.
Well, why don't you start again?
I have to probably take a refresher course and get research.
Oh.
It's been a very long time.
I could use some help at the clinic.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's probably why we were so promptly introduced.
Mhm.
I was saying that I could be of use around here somehow.
Oh my God. He looks relieved. That would be magnificent. I actually have a side project that I've been assigned to that's been making my patient load a bit delicate, and I really don't like for my patients to feel like numbers. So I've actually been looking for someone to step in and help me out.
Why didn't you let me do more then, Rafi?
Because you don't hold a medical degree. I love you, but you're not licensed by the state of California to practice. They'll touch your
This is
cheek.
true.
I am, for all intents and purposes, licensed by the state of California.
I'm sure you can get there. But as far as SEP duties do, I'll shrug. I consider this all but a sovereign nation. That being said, you do at least need some formal education, looking at Cora.
Well, I am going to be going to college online, so.
Yeah, we're gonna work on that. Dazzles puts her arm around Cora.
I can take you as an apprentice, as far as midwifery goes, but all I can teach you is midwifery.
I can, if you want to come and study at the clinic, then perhaps we can school you between us.
Oh, definitely. She's been
And-
helping out. I think I'm teaching you what stitches next week.
Yes, I had a little bit of an obsession with cutting, but
I mean, it just looks up. Oh, horizontal mattress stitch.
Oh, I can bring Bill for you.
Bill?
Bill?
Bill. He's well, my cadaver, not a real cadaver. He's a practice cadaver of synthetic origin.
I love the way you're saying this. I think you and I are on the same vibe. The
I love that.
doctor speak, making him happy.
I did need something to practice on to steady my hand.
Well, if you can promise not to punch too many holes into him so he's inoperable, pardon the pun, then you can,
That's great.
that was
Rafi just laughs.
that was completely an unintentional pun as well.
Those are the best ones. Those are the best.
And then you are free to use him. I'm afraid I won't be able to give you, as of at the moment, surgical tools because I don't want you to cut yourself. But I will give you practice.
Cora blinks and she pulls out of her bag a scalpel that is high grade and she flips it within her hand.
He
Yeah,
looks at them, and when she flips it in her hand, he looks like he's about to have a heart attack.
I know, right? I was about to say that. Rafi's like, no, don't. That you see, that is why you don't work on patients because you don't know better than to do that.
Even Dazzles is like, no,
No,
no, no, no, no, no, no, no.
stop.
Oh.
Prophetic oath. You shall
She
call
tilts her
for
head
harm.
and she puts it back.
Cup her precious cheeks.
I don't know. I don't know about Bill. He sounds like he'll take some of your money.
And
Yeah,
the perfect person just popped into chat or
He-
popped into the hangout.
he just he has a kind of face you want to punch.
I mean,
That makes it easy for you to operate on him.
that's what I found with all Bills. They always take your money.
I just got it. Rafi rolls his hand by his head. I'm feeling what you're putting down.
And he goes for a fist bump.
He'll fist bump him with explosion.
Yeah.
Got it. Took me a second. I'm sorry, again.
It took me too long to find it funny.
I'm sorry.
When I got it, I was like, oh,
It took me a second.
like
I'm there.
my brain just went like now I feel dumb for not getting it previously.
I think the doctors are being a little too literal.
I think my middle name's literal in this character.
But yeah, if you would like to come by the clinic, I can definitely, you can shadow me for a day, see how we kind of do things there, and then I can definitely switch some cases over to you.
Yeah, I'll let you know my rota. He takes out a bound book from inside his pocket and pen, and he just sort of it.
Rafi actually does very similar. He'll take out a little notepad and a pen, he'll click it, and we'll start exchanging.
They can compare rotas. Yeah, see
Yeah,
here.
I'll compare them here. See? And I gotta be here. I got this patient. She's too far along. I can't switch her.
Yes. And fine. And they seem to come to some sort of magical unanimous conclusion.
A little accord, right?
Yeah. Because it just happened. Doctors apparently. That's what happened.
Right.
No one knows how it
Cora looks over and she says, "Do you mind if I shadow? I think I have time in between my SEP nanny duties to
Do you have a
come at
rota?
that time." She opens up her notebook.
Right. The three of them get their notebooks out again.
So Rafi will finally take the time to teach her how to properly do this. He's like, it goes down like this.
On the inside of the notebook, you notice there's a picture of, apart from Rafi, probably the chubbiest dog in the world. It's like a little pudgy pug with like the washed face.
He coos. And he keeps doing the rotor thing. He'll dig around in his pocket and he'll pull out a picture of a corgi. This is mine.
This is Cornelius. I did promise him to bring that at some point, but not until he learns not to eat everything.
Cora blinks, looks between them,
This is Banjo.
but
He'll show his
she puts
corgi.
she puts her stuff up, and then she shifts to Lupus.
Okay.
She looks like a husky dog. She is a dog rather than more than a wolf.
Aww.
He looks at her with sort of like, that's a cute face, but then he's just not gonna be the guy that pets someone's daughter in front of them. That's a bit weird.
Right? But can we not?
She just says, I don't turn into this form very much. I might as well."
It's adorable.
Wow. Very cute.
You have
Does
a
smiles.
large sept, a large number of people.
Our numbers grew exponentially after the moot in January. A lot of people decided to stay, which we have the space to support a large population, so it's not really an issue. And this sept has always prided itself on accepting and welcoming everybody. So, yeah.
You know, that's good to hear. That's one of the reasons I left my previous sept. Let's just say they weren't very inclusive.
Cora looks away in dog form.
Things got a little bit warped over time. But quite a long story.
Cora buries her head in her paws.
He looks at Cora.
Yeah, Rafi tilts his head.
She's thinking about her previous sept, and she's like not really talking about it. She just has her head buried.
Thorvald, not Thorvald, wrong character. Arthur kneels down. He just says, "Well, we're here now, aren't we?"
She nods.
And then he looks at his feet, like, "Oh, we should continue with the shoe."
Rafi, by the way, will think for a moment and he'll look at Cora and he'll say, by the way, I spoke to Emery earlier. You might, and he'll kind of look over at Alyssa and kind of bite his lip. You might want to have a family talk with him.
She'll sit up and look at him. Okay. Then she'll look over at Alyssa.
She'll nod.
I think I'm not trying to get in your business or anything, but you know I'm a really
No.
close friend of everybody, and I feel like there's gonna be a problem if you don't sit down and maybe powwow together. I'm sorry if I'm overstepping. You tell me to shut up.
You're not. Thank you.
He actually blushes and looks a little shy for a moment.
No, it's fine. We definitely need to yes, we need to have a conversation with him. So as soon as you can, Cora, bring him to the house.
She nods.
And I actually need to go. I need to go check on your papa.
He'll lean in softly into her ear and say, "Did somebody say the J word?"
No. She'll mind link him about the presence of a certain tribe.
He knows about that, so he'll kind of hiss in softly. Ooh, yeah.
She nods.
Yeah, checking out would be a good idea.
So she'll give Cora a kiss on the forehead and a tight hug. And she'll hug Aiden.
Yeah, I can say when she comes to Aiden like she gets on one foot, does a little like ballet spin, and then hugs her.
God, you're so adorable. And she'll kiss his cheek, and she'll nod to Arthur. It was a pleasure to meet you, and I look forward to talking with you more, tribe mate to tribe mate.
Yes.
And she'll hug Rafi.
Squish.
Squish, squish.
He'll give her a peck on the lips. It's a clear brother sister thing.
Yeah. And then she'll head out.
Arthur's actually like, he picks up his shoes and he's like, yeah, I need to go home and sort a few things out. Looks at his watch.
I look forward to seeing you at the clinic.
You will.
He'll hold his arms out for Cora.
She'll limp over there. Like, it's not as bad since she's in Wolf, but
He'll nuzzle he'll lean down and nuzzle her muzzle.
she licks his cheek.
Have dinner with me tonight.
Okay.
Awesome. I'll smile. And he'll fist bump Aiden and walk off.
Have a pleasant evening. I will see this to Cora, but like it's a bit weird. No, it's not weird for him talking to people in wolf form. But he's just got unused to it.
Cora will lift her paw up to do a fist bump.
He takes her paw and takes it, and then he'll put his shoes back on, and he'll walk and phase out of the sept and go home.
Oh well. I probably should get to my guardian duty. And he'll go to fist bump Cora.
She'll fist bump him too, and she'll say, I need to go see my fiance.
You do that. Say hi.
Hi.
No, to
And
him.
she'll walk off.
And he sighs and laughs. And actually prances off.
Is that our scene?
Yep, I
think
believe
so.
so.
Everybody left, yeah.
So, yeah, thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.